What up, farm? How you going? So we just finished windrowing before the weekend. It was Friday, early hours of Friday morning that we finished off. It's Monday the 18th of November right now, and we'll get started harvest this week. We're going to switch over to weekly videos, keeping you updated day by day, like what the date is and what we're doing. So yeah, like I said, Monday the 18th of November, we're just taking the nitro around here. We're going to put the boom on. This morning we've got to go and desiccate our faba beans, ready for harvest in a few weeks. Then after that we'll start getting the header all organised. The pre-season has been done on it. We've just got to put the sieves back in and change the oil, and then we'll be ready to start on the canola, hopefully. Filled the sprayer up. We're on our way to the paddock now. I've got my little co-pilot here. Here we go, we're spraying these beans. We got our say hello.
Hello.
You got anything to say? No, you got your tool bag of textures and pencils, don't you? Very good. It's almost on the too far gone to desiccate side of things, just because we had some shock and windy weather and I was busy windrowing. I didn't get to it till now, but there is some green ryegrass, and that's the main reason we're doing this, just to try and stop the viability or the seed set of the ryegrass. Yeah, because it's a very cheap mix, this very cheap operation and very high success rate. But all in all, the paddocks are pretty clean. There's more wild oats than I would want, but that's just based more so on the year, I would say, than anything. Right, it's all the spraying done, apart from that one strip that I missed out on. Bit frustrating, but anyway, it's alright, it'll be okay. It's probably the weediest part of the paddock too, as it would always be when you run. Anyway, it's alright. We got the nitro in the shed. Doesn't get in the shed very often. Now we're going to jump over into the header and take that back home and start getting ready for harvest. Alright, so we got the header here. We got to put the guard back on this side because the new front, the pump has to slide on here and has a I don't know, something that clips on. So we need our guard back on. We got to bend that back into shape because the old trailer used to bend it. Get all that sorted, and then back here, right up the front, just in there's a couple of places it's been welded up before, and they're just starting to crack again. And I caught myself going, oh no, it'll be right. And I thought, no, it's better to do it now while I can see in there, while the sieves are out, while it's not full of chaff, rather than, yeah, better to do it now rather than to wait. So we're gonna get that all patched up. It's not broken, but if we do it now, it won't be broken. Probably we'll weld that bit up there. It's a bit, and then there's a crack just there that I will probably weld up. Oh, and that's the one I was thinking of, just there as well. I'll weld those up so that the back wheels don't fall off, because that would be bad, and it does happen every now and again. So she doesn't look that good, but it's on there, should be good enough. I had to cut out the mount, or the guard, to put it on top because it's too bent up. It was going to rub on the belt and the pulley under there. It's all still a bit wonky, and yeah, anyway, that's alright, it'll be what it be. I got the bracket on, so the pump slot's on here, and then there's an R clip that you put in the top, stop it from rotating and to stop it from coming off. Alright, so we've been working a bit. We got this door patched up. We have welded up a crack in there and on each side. We welded up a crack here on this side. That's about it, actually. Seems to have taken a fair while. And we got the steady steer, SCM, and the receiver on the roof. We just need the screen, which I will do tomorrow. It's very exciting. Now I'm just gonna take it out and drop the oil out of it. Alright, so last night I got the oil back in the header, and I picked up the pickup front. Last year we bent up the carrier shaft, or the cam shaft I think it's called, that the retractable fingers run on. I've already fixed that. These belts are a bit loose, but the ones on the outside are tight. I probably should have swapped them over, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. I brought the little Johnny home from Onan this morning. We're gonna pick up the sieves and put them in. That's the next job. I just got to remember how it all goes. Okay, let's unload some of this stuff. Chelsea and the kids are here cleaning the tractor out. Thank you. We got the sieves in. I'm just doing the bolts up now. I didn't realise Chelsea was going to stay around and help. So I would have put the bottom sieve bolts in before we put the top sieve in. But we're getting there. We just got to look down through the sieve and get those bolts done up. Alright, the sieves are in. I broke a sieve bolt, but found another one to go in there. It's not high tensile, but we'll see how it goes. Put the covers on now, I guess. Then give her a run and see what it sounds like. Hopefully no banging. Alright, so we got the back of the header all set up, but I've got this package in the mail, so let's head over to the shed and open it up. Alright, welcome to my mobile workbench. This is the InCommand Go 10. Aglater were kind enough to send me this for a demo for a while, so very much looking forward to getting this in and having a go with it. This is so cool. So Aglater came out with two new screens, the Aglater InCommand Go 16, which is 16 inches, and the 10, which is this one, which is 10 inches. They look the goods. And this is the screen. Wow, that's a compact unit. On the back, the plugs are still the same as far as I can tell. Oh yes, USB point. Cool. Looks good. Let's get that ram mount on. Wow. There we go. We got it on. Just gonna pack up this box a little bit because unfortunately I have to send it back. You know what would be really nice? If we got harvesting and the harvest was so good that we decided we were gonna buy it. I would really appreciate that. That would just be really good. Unlikely to happen though. There we go. It's in. Looking really good too. Alright, I've just given the machine a run, fixed a few little problems. We're just going to turn this beauty on. Where's the on button? There it is. Oh, that's a new flash screen. Wow. This is cool. This looks a bit different to what I'm used to. Alright, it's been a while. We're harvesting. Ended up switching out for the other screen. I just couldn't get the header profile to go onto the new screen. And I want all my data to be consistent, so there's something that I'm doing wrong there, but I can't figure it out. So far, it's about nearly a tonne to the hectare, which is incredible given the lack of rain that we've had. Oh. Well, that looks a bit dirty. I might have to try a bit harder on that. Should have washed my windows. Still chugging along. Sample's not too bad. Just doing these headlands. Tomorrow we'll have a clear run at it, which will be lovely. It's going to be a bit warmer tomorrow. So that'll be nice for harvesting. Yeah, the yield's about what I expected, about a tonne to the hectare. Nothing special, but pretty good considering the year we've had. Alright, what up farm? Welcome to day 2 of harvest. It's about midday. I have brought the auger over. I've blown down and greased the header. I calibrated the auto steer. Got the new aglator screen working. Had to put a different battery on the auger. I had to change one of the battery terminals or leads because it wasn't long enough. Yeah. Anyone who's organising a day of harvest by themselves will understand what it takes. There's a lot of logistics to sort out. Oh, and I filled the header up with fuel. There's a lot of logistics to sort out and a lot that goes on before you can actually get in the seat of that thing. I'm just winding the auger up now. ready for when Brock comes to pick up our first load of canola. There's a little patch that's blown away. That's just the risk that you have with windrowing crops, I guess. We got some shocking windy weather. Anyway, we're just harvesting along here, going pretty good. The sample is not that good, doesn't look very good. I think it'll be alright though. I'm finding it hard to get a decent sample because of the frosted bits, I'm thinking. Yeah, it's just making it a bit hard to thrash, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just not very good at making a sample. Yeah, anyway. We got the in command Go 10 screen here. It's a little bit different to the old one. A bit more of a modern user interface, you would say. All of your lines are over here, turn path, like boundaries and stuff. Then how many kilos you got in your box. Then you can get rid of that tapping on it. This is how you change your view, overhead, oh yeah, whole paddock, above the machine, perspective. Yeah, over this side you got your yield and moisture, and then your calibration stuff. You can make them disappear too. I like how when you have something jump out, that goes into the middle of where, like the middle of the available screen. You can go up here and see, change what you're looking at there. You can also put in reference maps, so past yield maps or past operations. I haven't quite got the Agfinity sorted yet because the display cast hasn't unlocked, but it'd be handy to have our windrowing coverage map so we can see what direction each row is going in underneath there. So I'll probably do that shortly, but yeah, really good. I like it. This top bar's been redesigned, a bit more easier to get around. Still everything's there, all your GPS information, your steering system, CAN network, connections, and then your notifications. Yeah, over this side your data transfer and display cast and remote support have moved over to this side. The rest is all the same there. Yeah, it's good, I like it. It's virtually all the same, just a newer model. A bit more user friendly. Bit more modern, bit more user friendly. So I updated my my window tally. Last year we started harvesting on the 6th of November. This year's the 19th. 13 days difference. Somehow, well, because it rained so much last year, we didn't get finished before Christmas. This year, I'm hoping to change that. I'm hoping to be done by Christmas. Anyway, it's day 2. See how that goes. Hopefully we don't add any to the bog jelly. The sample looks alright to me there, but I guess there is enough rubbish in it. Might drop one of the spinners off and have a look in the back, because I think the back section is still open. The joys. See what that does, I guess. That could do with tighten. But the main problem that we're having at the moment is I tighten the belts, I tighten them too much. Just eating some lunch. I tighten the belts up. It's 2 rollers, but the rollers flex in the middle, I presume, or maybe the belt stretch in the middle, I got no idea. I've never had anything to do with one of these fronts really. But these outside belts are tight, looser, looser, loosest. That's like very loose. Then tighter, tighter. And this one has just run up onto one of these. So that's not ideal. So I'm going to loosen this off, and then I'll decide what to do after that. Alright, I've got it held back together with some zip ties. See how that goes. We don't have very much canola. Might make it through, probably won't. Our fix seems to be working over there, and we've got a new driver. She's just learning for the first time. She's doing a great job. I'm very impressed. Hey. A bit later on in day 2, we're still harvesting along. This patch up here is quite sandy, but surprisingly it's still going quite well, not too different to the rest of the paddock. I've got a little helper here. He's eating some chippies.
Chicken chippies.
Chicken chippies, yum.
Oh, it's almost full.
It is almost full.
I haven't checked on it for ages.
Yeah, how lucky we didn't overflow it. We have only got 1, little bit, 2, 3 rows to go. I was hoping to get it all finished in this boxful, but don't think we're gonna, which is good for the yield. There we go. That's one whole paddock that's done, Alex. The first paddock of the harvest. Around the outside was done on the other screen, and that I didn't get that into here in time. I just started because I wanted to get going. But yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with the yield. I think it's right around a tonne to the hectare. No complaints from me about that. For the year that we've had, that's pretty good really. On this kind of dirt and TT canola, pretty happy. Just got started on this next part of the paddock. Oh, it's sort of 2 paddocks, but I work them as one. Cut the fence in a few spots just so that I can get through easier. Brock came and picked up a load of canola. Hopefully it makes it in. Should do. It's always a bit nerve-wracking sending off the first load. Like, oh, I hope it's good enough. We'll see shortly. Yeah, hopefully I can do a fair bit here tonight, and then if I can do a fair bit here tonight, we should be able to finish the canola off tomorrow, which would be really still just moving along. I'm starting to like this screen. It's taken a bit to get used to, but I'm really enjoying using it. I love the look of it. I really, really enjoy that. It looks really good. And I think it's because I was stuck on the old system, the way the old system worked. Everything seemed like it was in the wrong spot. But now I'm getting used to this. I really like this. It's gonna be hard to change back to the other one. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I would like to try a 16-inch one day. I might have to buy one. We'll see. I need an auger first, because our augers are breaking down. Golden hour. Just been looking at my yield map. You'll find a point of interest just in here. You probably won't find that interesting, but I know that that's probably some of the better land in this paddock, some of the better dirt in this paddock. But it's interesting that it's so sharp that it cuts off there, because between those two trees it's pretty good. But that's a patch that I missed in my first round of summer spraying. I just didn't quite get to it. It was the last paddock that I did. Just run out, like 0.1 of a hectare short. Couldn't get it finished, didn't come back for it. And that's the difference that it's made this year. Is probably 600 kilos the hectare of canola, something like that. So it just goes to show this year especially how very small things that you've done differently can make huge results. Interesting. Still just poking along on day 2. Oh, well, actually it's day 3 now. It's day 3 of harvest. I've got a little bit to go in this paddock. Not sure if I'll finish it or not. We'll see. But it's still going alright. Tomorrow is going to be like 34 degrees, and then Friday is going to be 37, and Saturday is going to be 36. So it'd just be really good to get it done as quickly as we can. And then there might be rain coming after that actually, but nobody really knows. Some models are saying 60 mils, some models are saying nothing, so we'll see. So my phone's telling me it's like 15 degrees, 15 or 16, something like that. Sample's looking just about as good as it has all day. I was going to knock off because I thought it might have been a bit cold, but I think I'll just keep going. After this box full, which we're getting close, I might finish on the next box full, and then we'll be right to move in the morning, which will be really good. Alright, I filled the bin up with that box full, and I blew the header down. Now I'm going home. See you, well, tomorrow, but later on today. Alright, it's 11:30 on day 3. Brock hasn't got back to cut load yet because the bin's full. I've still got a box full left in this paddock, but I'm going to go down to the last paddock and harvest a spot for the bin to go. And then once Brock's got this bin empty, I can move the bin down to the next paddock. It will just work best. I went and brought the draper front home from Popper's place back to here this morning. There's still jobs to do on that. Would have been good to have them done already, but they're not, and that's okay. We'll do them when we get a chance. It's warm. It's very warm actually. It's going to be 34 today. I don't think we'll get stopped for the fire danger index, but the wind is starting to get up a little bit, and we'll just see. We'll get as much canola harvested as we can today. Hopefully we might get finished. Finish the canola, that is. Getting along alright here. Just about full. Brock is down at the other paddock emptying that bin. So when I get back to this corner, I'll walk back up there to my ute and bring the bin down, then we can keep harvesting. Got to remember I've still got a box full left to harvest in that other paddock too. There we go, that is that paddock done. Now we just got to go back down the road onto the one where I moved the bin. We'll finish the headlands there and then get stuck into the middle of it. Well, this is a bit of a mess, but it is a very good example of how crucial a good windrowing job is. I was cutting lower around the edge to get at everything. You can see that the stubble here is a lot lower than the stubble over there. Wasn't blown at all there, is blown here. Just because it doesn't have the stubble to hold it down. It's the only difference. Still plodding along here, going really good. This paddock's a little bit lighter. It's only going 900 kilos to the hectare. I'm not fussed. That's still pretty good considering we only had like under 200 mils of growing season rainfall. That's pretty good. No complaints here. Obviously, I would love it to be going 2.5 tonne, but it's just not realistic on the rain that we've had. Yeah, good result I think, all things considered. My lovely wife dropped me off some tea, baked potato tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. It looks yum. Yum, really yum. Had dinner, just cruising along. It's a bit lighter this crop. You can see there's a lot more yellow on there than there is green, unlike the other one. You can see where the wind has blown through here. Another one there. Yeah. Anyway, it's alright. It's harvesting nicely. We should get this paddock done easily tonight. Should help me see a little bit. Very dusty this year. Very dusty. Still plodding along. These patches here are where the wind blew the other day, blew it all away. Could drive around and get all that stuff, but it never feeds in properly and it sort of shakes out when you're getting it. So I'm just going to leave it there for the sheep mainly. Yeah, not too much left at all. So this in-command Go 10's still working really good. I've been playing around with my yield settings just to get a bit closer of an idea. You can come in here and adjust everything. You can also see your moisture, how it's changed through the paddock. And you can see your coverage. Yeah, and if you had reference maps to go on there, they'd go on there too. I really like that way they've done that. I do quite enjoy harvesting canola, especially, well, windrow canola. I've never really done any direct heading, but this is going good. We'll have more to do next year, just some alterations to the rotation. That'll be nice. Hopefully it'll yield a bit better next year. So I just jumped across onto this north fence here. It runs at a different angle to the south fence. I just thought I'd show you a change that I've made on changing AV lines in this Uglator screen. I really like how they've got the name of the line and what pass it is up there. And as soon as you change, it changes. And it's just, that's really good. You can see what line you're on every time. Yeah, they didn't have that before, and that's a definite improvement. I really like that. This row and that little row, and we'll be all finished our canola. We've gotten through it really well actually. I had a look at the weather station before, and the dew point was at -1, so -1, which means that the dew won't come in until it's under 1 degree. Now that means that the air is very cold. No, that means that the air is very dry. So that's really good for harvesting all night. It's been really good weather for harvesting at night. Yeah, we've been able to get through this canola really well. Go, that's the end of the canola for this year. Went really well. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. It's me back again. One thing I'm trying to do this year is blow the header down at night, so that in the morning you just got to grease it and get into it. Seems to be working alright so far, so I'm just going to give it a quick blow down. day 4 of harvest. It's 5:30 in the evening. It's been an interesting day today. Spent quite a bit of the day getting the new front finished fixing the things on it. I was going to do it before I started harvesting canola, but there was a huge rain forecast and I just wanted to get the canola off first. The front, we got that going, joined a bit into the belt to fix up the hole, cut the drive shaft to length, put in a new drive roller, filled it with hydraulic oil and changed the hydraulic filter and gave it a little test. Not much, just a little test, and it all seemed to be working. And we're going to go on to some barley, so we're just doing the shuffle. It's very hot today, 38 degrees or something like that, and reasonably windy, so it's not really a day that you want to, or that we felt comfortable testing out the new front in a crop, because it's a front that we have no confidence in because we haven't used it. We didn't want to start a fire or anything like that because tomorrow is a total 5-man day as well. So keep shuffling everything around, and got to hook the chaser bin on and bring some bins back. Oh, and I bought a bin winch. You'll see that in a minute. Yeah, then we can get into it, hopefully. Alright, we harvested our first bit with the new front. It's working really good. The header's making a pretty decent sample. We're just going to sneak through here and cut a couple of headlands here so that we can get the truck through down the other end. We're into it here. This front is amazing. So much better than the old one. You just put it on the ground and it just cuts on the ground the whole way across. Really good, really happy. First chase of the year. Oh, hey, I didn't realise it was that way. I was going to show you. This patch here is pretty frosted. Or well, probably, I don't know, might be 40% frosted. It's going 1.6, maybe it's less than 40% frosted. I don't really know what it's going. Yeah, but this area in the middle here was quite heavily frosted, and I always knew it would be not as good as the rest. You can see there's heads that are just sticking straight up. They're the frosted ones. Well, this is this half of the paddock coming to a close. I really like this front. This part up here especially is very cravolly, very undulating, as you can probably see coming up. And to do it at night in short barley would normally just be an absolute headache, but it was pretty good. There was yeah, wasn't hard, definitely wasn't hard. thing. Alright, harvest day 5. We're back into the barley. Last night we went for a fair while, filled up a couple of bins, but our belt on this side stopped spinning down there. The ribs were hitting on a piece. Turned out that it had stretched a little bit because I joined it, so I tightened it this morning and all good. There's a few clouds getting about. I think we'll get rained out today. Today's a total 5-band day, but at the moment it seems like the rain's going to stop us before the dangerous weather does. That trough there is leaking, so I'm not getting any closer to it than that. The reinforcements have come. Chelsea's going to have a drive of the chaser bin. Oh no, Jetty, we've got some spots on the windscreen. Chelsea did one unload on the chaser bin. She did really good, especially considering she hasn't driven that tractor since before cropping, and she's never really even seen chaser bin like unloading on the go before. Yeah, I just talked her through it on the UHF and she did great, and I'm really proud of her. Look at this farm girl, she's doing so good. What is that? A puppy, is it? Yeah, oh righto. Well, the GoPro is wigging out. I'm perfectly still and it's jumping all around. But it's raining here. We're knocking off. Wow. Settle down. Started. Can't remember whether I said it, but we've been rained out.